Hello, everybody. This is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Mind Reset Coach, coming to you from my office here in hot Holiday, Florida this evening. I am creating a new training based off an old training that I made back in July of last year. I was watching, I was going to put the original video right into the blog post. However, there were certain things I wanted to touch on that weren't in that video, and I want to make sure everything's all perfect for you, okay? So let me give you a little bit of background on why this brought me to this point. Tonight, I was going for a walk with my daughter. We try to take walks when it's time to like clear our heads, you know what I'm saying? And it's really hot out and it's too early in the season to put the AC on. So it was a nice breeze. We went out there and I was talking with her. I do a lot of my masterminding with my daughter. And I was discussing how I feel like we just came off this really amazing full moon, right? And it like between the new moon and the full moon was called the gateway, and it's a time of building. And I find myself like clearing things out and paring things down and trimming the fat and separating the wheat from the chaff. And I was wondering, how aren't I supposed to be building right now? It occurred to me, I always talk about this, it's a really big deal, that farming and gardening is so similar to network marketing. It's crazy. And I said something that just like blew my mind, and that's what the title of this video is going to be, and the title of the blog post that this video is attached to. And that is, you can't plant seeds in the weeds. This is a natural part. You may be experiencing this yourself right now, or you may experience this in the future or in the past. And this video, I am sure, is going to help you work that stuff out in your mind, because it's a natural part of the sowing process is to be clearing out the weeds. So when you feel like you should be building and you find yourself paring down, it's a perfectly natural process in your network marketing experience. This presentation is going to totally make you feel really good. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the slides. I'm going to try to do this full screen so that, are you seeing anything? Yes, you are. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and present, and I'm going to walk you right through the slides just like I did back in July. I won't be able to see you guys, so let's hope that it all works out. Okay. This is a major lesson into becoming a great network marketer, and the hint here is you might have to get a little dirty. Network marketing requires patience and the work ethic of a farmer. In 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 6 through 8, it says, "But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully." Now, I'm taking this quote from a King James Version, so you might be reading a different Bible. I'm not sure. However, what this means to me is what you do now, right now, right this minute in your business, the seeds that you plant in your business, let them be bountiful, let them be good. Make sure that you're moving forward all the time. Because if you're going to sow good seeds, don't sow outdated seeds. Don't be stuck in the network marketing thing where you're doing something old school when you should be improving upon a certain technique or a strategy that you have learned. You want to constantly be growing and sowing good seeds. So that's going to make a lot of difference in the kind of experiences you have as you go. Okay, so if we were farmers, we would know that there's a season in which to plant the seed. There's also a season in which to nurture the seed and the ground we planted in, and a season to harvest. We would also know this moves in cycles. In Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." If you don't understand that, I'm going to explain it in my words. Be enthusiastic when you do your work. When you write a blog post, be enthusiastic about it. If you need to take a break, get enthusiastic, do some power moves, do some affirmations, the blog post that I had with the lady for the TED Talk talking about body language and how having power postures can really improve how you see results. Go ahead and get yourself involved with that because you need to be excited. Like the law of attraction says, it's not so much about what you say you want, it's about how you feel about what you want. And that really makes a big difference. So be enthusiastic in your actions, even the mundane task. If it's putting together a say a video thing like this, or putting together some graphics for your blog, or sending out an email, those are all things that you need to be doing and you need to know how to do. Be enthusiastic about it. Do what you have to do to make it fun. Okay? Don't get tired, because if you get tired, you're not going to be able to reap the benefit. That the negative attitude from being bored with something or not focused on something is going to follow through into your results. I put this picture in here because I absolutely love the separation of the seasons for the purpose of clarifying what the seasons are. I also really love this picture because it's old school and it is showing a harvest time with the children playing and the chickens running around and the women getting all the wheat together and the men cutting down the wheat, the dog off in the background. I just love it. So take a minute and take a look at that. Okay, so we must learn to separate the chaff. Chaff being, in network marketing, the negative people. You know, your uncle that is broke and just lost his job and drinks a 12-pack of beer every day, telling you that what you're doing is unbelievably impossible. Don't listen to him. Get away from the media. Stay off mainstream media news. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in any of that. It's there to disturb you, not to empower you. If it's not there to empower you, you want to stay away from it. This goes for TV as well. Go ahead and get rid of TV. And if you really want to take some time to entertain yourself, get yourself some Netflix and watch it on your terms. And when you notice that you're feeling bad, turn it off. Change what you're watching, because I have to say that TV has gotten really good. These guys have gotten so good at tapping into your emotional pressure points, where the amount of stress that can happen to you during some of these TV shows that are being played right now, it may be too much. Okay, so if you are not really capable of separating the idea of entertainment, you also have to understand that you're feeding your subconscious that information. Very important. So if you can't do TV, don't. And I wouldn't have it on the TV in the living room. I wouldn't sit down and watch TV in that way. Set yourself some time apart to be entertained if you like, and watch it on your terms on Netflix, and turn it off when it starts making you feel shitty. The next thing, your own bad attitudes. Like I said in a couple of slides before, you want to make sure you have a good attitude, and you've got to do whatever it takes to have that attitude of goodness. You need to be able to sit down and, read a book, do some meditation, go out for a walk like me and my daughter did, right? She was feeling anxious and I was feeling questioning, and I was like, and going for a walk always clears things up. I mean, it was 10 minutes, it was a quarter of a mile. It wasn't even a long walk, but man, a lot got worked out in that quarter mile. So if you need to, do that. Another thing I do to keep my attitude fresh and exciting is every hour I schedule myself a 15-minute break. So when I write down my work for the next day, I always schedule off a block, and I'll put my suggestion in, like go for a walk, drink 8 ounces of water, meditate for 15 minutes, drink 8 ounces of water, go write in your journal, drink 8 ounces of water, read a book, drink 8 ounces of water. Go on your rebounder. I have a rebounder I really like to do. So that would be something I put in there. And I make a decision when the break time is there about what it is I feel like doing. But I have a guideline just in case I get myself so frustrated that I can't even think of something good to do. Every time without fail, every hour is fresh, and I have a good attitude going into the next section of my workday. Okay, now what's the wheat? The wheat is the positive people. It's your teammates. It's the people that lift you up, the people that don't whine and cry and question, and they're the people that empower you. Okay, they're the people that tell you, I believe in you. I know you can do this. You've got this. Okay. Organization. Being organized is going to help you out. Get some feng shui skills. Go look it up on YouTube. Go check it out. I mean, you don't have to be perfect at it, but if you can be organized and maybe include some feng shui techniques into your space, you're going to feel good. And probably the best feng shui thing you could possibly do is to get really organized. So take some time and get organized. I did a major overhaul in my house a few years back with my daughter, and what we did, the task was so insurmountable. We didn't know how to handle it. So we broke it down. We had 7 rooms in our house, and we broke it down in 7 days, and it was done. And it was unfreaking real. And we've been able to maintain a semblance of that clarity in the house. So especially your work area, if there's only one place that you have control over, whether or not, you might have kids running around going crazy and painting on walls with their crayons and stuff. And, I know we got a toddler in the house. It can be out of this world crazy. There's one place that you can control, and it's your workspace. Make sure it's clear and organized. Be sure that you write goal lists. I highly suggest that you do a 4x4 goal list. You write out the year plan, you write out quarterly plans, all 4 of them, monthly plans, week plans, and then every night before you go to bed, you write out your next day plan, and you keep in mind your final goal, okay? Like I said before, get some books, read them. The Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Bouchard, Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Success by Waddles. There's a lot of really great books out there. Almost anything by Anthony Robbins. There's so much more to it than that. I can't, and I don't have the time, for the sake of your peace of mind, go through them all. However, there's a lot of books that you could be reading. If you choose to read fiction, try to read empowering fiction like The Alchemist or Tom Sawyer. Things that are going to kind of stretch your mind, because there's something beautiful about fiction. It actually helps you be a better writer. And if you are in network marketing, if all you're doing is crafting Facebook posts, you're crafting them. So fiction reading is not off the table. Go ahead and read a book. And another thing that can be really powerful for you is webinars. Now, I don't want you to go on every single webinar there is. I want you to stay focused and go to what you want to go to. Make sure it's something that's going to uplift you, something that doesn't make you feel bad. And when you do start to feel bad, I want you to question yourself. Why is it that I feel bad? Because sometimes people are so resistant to success that they use their own mind to beat themselves up while watching a very empowering webinar. So keep your docket clean. Make sure you are on your particular company's webinars and calls. Be there as often as you possibly can. And that's that. Outside of that, only choose things that are going to teach you something new or help you build a strategy or empower you. You might get on a webinar, a book club or something like that. Only things like that. Stay away from stuff that makes you feel bad. And if it does make you feel bad, question why. Because it could be your own inner devil trying to stop you from hearing a very important thing that you're there for. So keep that in mind. Okay, and the book of Matthew, this is a good one, guys. The book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 12. I'm going to say this slow because this is hard for me to say because it is that older style language from the King James Version. Whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he will burn up the chaff with unquenchable fire. I'm going to say it one more time, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. Whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he will burn up the chaff with an unquenchable fire. What this means is if you are focused on your goals and you're there to build your team and build your business and build your personal development and build yourself as a human being, if you are moving so quickly towards that goal, and the only way you can move quickly towards that goal is if you quickly move towards that goal. I'm talking about speed. I'm not talking about get rich quick. I'm talking about the speed in which you take action on things. So if you know that you have to send an email out and all of a sudden it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're dog tired, you forgot all about it all day. You had it on your list, but for some reason you kept skipping it. Don't go to sleep until that email sent. Schedule it for the morning. Do not do it. Make sure that you're always taking appropriate action in a speedy manner, because with the speed of you moving towards your goals, all the chaff will be burned away from you. It'll fall off you. People won't be able to stick to you that don't support you. People that bring you down just won't stay around. They will go, and when they go, it's okay. Let them go. Let them go. Action is your way of demonstrating your faith. I want you to take an inventory of yourself and ask yourself, are you taking action? Are you tending to your trainings? Are you nurturing your own growth? Are you teaching what you learn? That's a big one. And do you have faith? Are your actions demonstrating your faith? And you know what? Of course they are. One way or another, your actions are demonstrating how much you believe and how much faith you have in yourself all the time. So that's the end of the slides. I'm going to thank you for watching the slides. Let's get out of the slides. I hope to goodness that you saw all of that. Looks like you did. I'm going to go ahead and stop presenting. I'm afraid of clicking the wrong buttons. I should show you myself. I'm going to say hi. It's hot, so I'm in a tank top. My hair's all up. It's hot. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I know I used a lot of Bible verses in there because there's a lot of good stuff in the Bible. If you're not a Christian, don't resist learning from it. Okay, there's a lot to learn from it. Anyway, I just want to let you know that if you're moving quickly and speedily towards your goals, and you're acting in such a way that the negative people, the bad habits will fall away. I'm going to tell you a quick story before I close this out and can let you go on and share my video and share my blog post to the world. When I first started network marketing, I drank a lot. I mean, I drank a lot. I still had a job. I hated it. And I used to come home every night with a 12-pack of beer. And I drank it. Now, not that I don't drink anymore. As a matter of fact, I've got a glass of, what do you call it, homemade wine cooler. I think it's been on my desk for a long time because all the ice cubes are gone. However, I'll drink 1 or 2 of those now. And certainly as soon as I feel like that my mind is getting clouded from it, I'm done. The difference between me now and me then was that I wasn't clearly focused or moving swiftly in the direction of my dreams. I knew what I didn't want, and I knew what I did want, but I didn't know how to put any of that together. And I was frustrated, and I suffered, and it showed. So I might go to a webinar, but by the time a webinar was over, I was half in the can. Just things weren't working out right. You may have known me then, and maybe you didn't even know that I drank that much. It's just the way it was. Now, as I started to move faster towards my goals and get clearer on what it is I wanted, drinking a 12-pack of beer just no longer even occurred to me, which I wasn't so sure if that was ever going to go away. I actually went a long period of time without ever really having anything to drink at all. It really is. It's been recently that I've been enjoying a glass or 2 of wine every day because it's actually been helping me with my freaking arm. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. The difference between me then and me now is this. When I know it's time to take action, I take it. And when I know that I'm feeling frustrated, I take a break. I'm not talking about taking a week off or a day off. I take a 15-minute break and I readjust myself. Because you know what? My dreams are waiting for me. Your dreams are waiting for you. And if you're not moving towards them, They're not going to come closer. They're not going to come to you on their own. You've got to be moving closer. And guess what? They'll meet you halfway. And just when you don't expect it, just when you didn't, you almost take it for granted. You've built up all this momentum, and you come and you come and you come and you come. You hit a tipping point, and there's nothing that can stop. It's a point of no return. There's nothing that can stop you. The only thing that can stop that tipping point from happening, where you're going to have to reset everything, I'm not talking about like moving businesses or not seeing something eye to eye with something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your dreams and your focus. If you stop working, that tipping point, say you take a week off, you move back. It's literally 10 steps back, maybe more. So you need to be consistent. You need to know. You need to blog. You need to have an email list. You need to be communicating with them. You cannot send them one email in 6 months and have that be a pitch to your new product. That's extremely unprofessional. Send them an email every day for 21 days. Get in the habit of it. Get rid of your autoresponder. You might want to have a couple of follow-ups, but every time you write a blog post, send out your blog. You don't have to be selling them something every single minute. What you have to do is make sure that the people that expressed interest in you are actually getting your content. Don't stop creating your content. Make sure you blog every single day. Every single day. Create videos as often as possible. If you're not comfortable in front of a camera, do a 90-day video challenge and get comfortable with it. I mean, right here, when you go to leave this blog, I'm going to offer you my free Coach Tara YouTube Bootcamp. It was a product that I sold earlier in the year that I decided to make a free thing for you guys, because I know people out there are struggling, and I saw a lot of breakthrough with YouTube. That's when people I didn't even know were calling me on the phone saying, "What's your link?" What do you mean? I have it in the YouTube description. They just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? So it can make a big difference for you. Make sure you're taking action. Learn how to read. Learn how to write. Learn how to understand people's personalities. Learn your products. Use your products, because you can't sell them if you're not using them. I tried. You can't do it. It's impossible. And you know what? It's unethical. You know, it's one thing if you're an affiliate to something and you're trying to build up the money so you can buy the product. It's another thing if you're representing a company that's selling something you don't believe in. You need to believe in it. If you're coaching, you need to believe in it, and you need to be a product of your product, right? So if you're a coach and you're not doing all the things that you're telling your clients to do, it doesn't you don't have to be a 6-figure network marketing, earner a month to be a decent coach, but you have to be doing the things you tell your people to do. You have to take investment in what you're doing. It's very, very important. And remember that it's going to take work. You're going to get dirty. You're going to be disappointed. Some crops are going to fail. But you know what? Every time that you treat that land right, you treat that soil good, and you keep adding nutrients back into it, you keep adding good seed back into it, you keep pulling the weeds, there's no way you can fail. It's impossible. If you're not succeeding right now, it's just a matter of time. I love you all. This is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Mind Reset Coach. Please leave me a comment below. I like comments a lot. And, visit my blog. Leave the comment over there. Don't leave it on YouTube. Who cares about YouTube? I love you all. See you later. Bye.